Athena StarSeed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth. We are on CRN Talk Radio, and I have my gorgeous co-host, Kim Hix, all the way from Hawaii. Aloha, Kim.
Aloha, ohana.
All right, so I'm going to do the opening invocation, and then we'll get our show started. Take a nice deep breath, everyone. Thanks for joining us. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men, let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men, let the Christ consciousness return to earth. In the center where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men and women, the center which the masters know and serve, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. May love, light, and power restore heaven on earth. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Father Sky, and Mother Earth, from the point of light that connects us all, be here in the sacred circle of light. Om, om, om. Aloha. Aloha, Kim.
Hey, hello, hello.
How's it doing over there in Hawaii?
Well, it's got us shook up because the lava flow is immense and it's absolutely stunning. And of course, it changes all our attitudes because we have to be very humble. This great seismic event that Mother Nature does is just absolutely stunning. But of course, it's got a lot of people in difficult situations.
Wow, yeah, birthing the new earth. It's so powerful. It's I was talking to one of my clients yesterday about the word God, and she was like, "I don't like the word God. I'm an atheist." And then when we got deeper into it, she said, "Oh, actually, I'm really spiritual. I believe in nature." And I said, "Well, God, from India comes from generator, organizer, and destroyer." And so G-O-D, and that's kind of like, the Mother Earth. She's destroying and she's reorganizing and she's also creating. And so there's that whole play of dissolution and then recreation. The
great drama itself. Yeah, that nature for all of us. I mean, ultimately is out of where the mystery comes, and as abstract as we may call God or goddess or anything else, but it ultimately refers back to nature or nature of universe, the great one song that sings us all into being. It's such a thrill to even be here, thinking and manifested at all. It's just an honor, especially when you walk in the canyons and the forests or swim in the oceans. Wow.
So when I think about Mother Nature and her ability to keep us close to her breast, when we experience the power of a volcano, or in California, we've had earthquakes. I know you've probably experienced earthquakes, and in the Midwest, we have tornadoes, and in Florida, I was raised with hurricanes. And all of that, first of all, it brings you present to what's really important in our lives. Also, too, it brings you in a very respectful place of reverence with Mother Nature to take care of her and all the things that the humans have done to her with the fracking and the polluting of the oceans and the waterways and, all the things that we can relook at now and change our behavior and come more into balance. And I'm really excited because today's guest has made vows to Mother Gaia, and she has basically become one with Mother Nature, and she, in her archetype, is a representative of Mother Gaia to have all Mother Gaia's children come back into harmony with that creator, organizer, destroyer energy, God, Goddess, Mother Gaia, Father Sky, all of the nature.
Wow, this is, of course, the most important function of our particular times. We have to get out of our eternal aspect of just dwelling and being and into a dynamic mode of support and assistance to Mother Earth at this time. So Gaia is calling on us, and Mama Muse is certainly one to bring her into our lives and our hearts.
And I like what you used to say at the Green Fire Temple is that humans are the walking trees. We're the bridge between heaven and earth, and we're here to steward the earth. We don't own the earth. The earth is not ours. We're not inheriting something. It's a being. It's live. We are the nature. We're one with nature. And, how can we properly steward the planet?
Yeah, well, we only can if we recognize and honor that. And that's within us, too. I mean, the great glory of the absolute mysticism of how hands and fingers operate and hair grows and we're these little tubes that eat and poop and so does all the rest of nature in these great cyclings. It's a mystical smorgasbord of delightful and interesting experiences. And the Gaia hypothesis, when it came on, it was so funny because, a lot of us had the intuition that the earth is alive. I mean, you look at it and it kind of like everything's growing and there's animals and creatures and the elements are moving and dancing and changing as if they were alive. And then you get to the point where there's science has an objective view of it all, so objective that you have to create a theory in science that the earth is alive. But it came into being, and fortunately it's going to help us get through to the mystical side of the universe that we need to embrace with our great science now. So we have the great Gaia concept, borrowed, of course, ultimately from the Greeks who already knew about it.
Yeah, and I consider humanity also part of the fabric of that nature. I feel in our lifetimes, this is my own experience, is that we have been the plant kingdom and the crystal kingdom and the animal kingdom. And now we have an opportunity to be the human kingdom where we have reason and we have the ability to create like God, creators with our art. And when we can properly use those powers to create, to be in harmony with the plant kingdom and the crystal kingdom and the animal kingdom and the other humans on the planet is the human kingdom, then we will be ushering in those messages of angelic light, which is unifying, seeing that if there's no separation, what I do to myself, I do to the other. Whatever I do to the land, I'm doing to myself.
Well, this is the principles. I guess we're operating under these principles right now, Athena. I mean, that's what we're calling forth is this unification of heaven and earth in a wholly cooperative, collaborative, brilliant new luminosity. I mean, we're forming the new constellations of humanity, but at this level of love intelligence that we haven't yet experimented with before because we've been a little like ants, not comprehending the greater whole. But now that we can see that there is a singularity, an umbrella that holds us all, a mother that holds us all, it's time that we bring heaven to earth in that manner. And I'm looking forward to it.
And this is it's really beautiful. In Reverence's school, Reverence, I have this beautiful little daughter. Her name is Reverence, and she's in the first grade at a Waldorf school. And this week they went to the oceans and then they did a beach cleanup. And that was their field trip.
Wow, perfect. I mean, be there in nature and be of service.
Yeah, and to have, little 6 and 7-year-olds go out and put their toes in the sand and realize that, she's not just a commodity, Mother Nature, Mother Earth. She's here for us as a living being. And when we throw plastic, it's hard. She can't really digest that. You know what I'm saying? Although there are some miracles of some algae being able to eat plastic, somehow we're evolving too, just as the oceans are evolving. However, we need to take responsibility. So having a 7-year-old know that it's not appropriate to throw trash on the beaches or in the waterways, that dolphins and turtles and sea life get stuck in the plastic that humans sometimes unconsciously just disregard and throw onto the planet, and that she's going to grow up now knowing, that it's wrong. I want to go back to the commercial. Do you remember the commercial in the 70s where the guy throws the trash out the window and the Native American stands there and a tear drops down his eye?
Oh, yes, I remember that. That was poignant, very poignant.
That left a very big impression on me. I felt that in my heart really deeply when I mean, I felt like that was my father, like walking along the side of the freeway, and this was his native land. And then here we are just driving by, throwing trash out the window, and then his tear just falls right down his cheek. And I just really felt that. And since that day, I've always had all of my clients in my boot camps in the Hollywood Hills and in the hills of Burbank pick up 10 pieces of trash every day at the boot camp as they're running, just as a part of our practice, because, 10 pieces of trash times 40 people deep, we actually would be cleaning up as we were taking care of our own bodies, our hearts, and our minds with our exercise. And it made us all feel better.
I love every time I get involved in one of those events. And then I was thinking, Athena, if we could make the big connection between the spiritual activity of doing it and the relationship to nature, and turn it into a joyful enactment at the same time for evoking a future of a planet that's seamlessly enjoyed by all humanity, we could really have it catch on even more. I mean, right now we look at that kind of the cleanup is, what we're broaching into is the spiritual aspect of the cleanup that is serving our own well-being as well as Mother Nature's. But it's no longer just the commodification of the sanitation worker just mopping up or bulldozing the trash into the trash heaps of humanity. So it's really let's keep connecting at that level. I bet a lot of our listeners are very aware of the possibilities of how we could create massive kind of cleanups that would be much more exciting and adventurous with a kind of party for humanity, party for the mother, party for the Gaia approach. I don't know, we've got to get on that. That would be a creative, collaborative relationship with nature. I'd love it.
Our friend Adrian Valera, he's got the disclosurefest.org project. And, I just want to say thank you so much. There's a lot of angels in the city of Los Angeles, and they have they have these heart projects to become one with nature. And that's what he's been doing. He's been making it hip, hot, and sexy to go out with a band of artists and creatives. And they're playing their instruments, and they're cleaning up Topanga Canyon, and they're planting trees, and they're banging their drums, and they're going to the oceans, and they're doing drum circles, and they're cleaning up the trash. And now they're bringing a global meditation on June 23rd to the city of Los Angeles, which is free. And it's kind of circled around the artists doing yoga, meditation, eating green food, and also giving back to the planet, her people, and their life purpose. And it's so beautiful to see. So if you're listening to this show and you want to make a difference today, it's as easy as just cleaning up in your own backyard. All right. So if everybody that listens to this show picks up 1 to 10 pieces of trash a day, we're going to have a beautiful planet. We have the ability to change and to make heaven on earth happen right here through our hands, our feet, and our actions. This is Athena StarSeed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth. We're on CRN Talk Radio. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these commercial messages with our beautiful guest, Mama Muse. Thank you so much.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Minetti. Go to LarryMinetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. There is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryManetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Newsflash, the president has changed the tax laws, and now you may be able to pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, the tax doctor can help you pay the IRS as little as possible allowed by law. There are new tax laws for business owners, the self-employed, even W-2 workers. If you have a back tax problem or a few years of unfilled returns, new help to save you money is now here. Call right now to see how the new tax laws can help you. Plus, right now, we'll waive the consultation fee and give you a free tax savings report. Attention business owners, the self-employed, and W-2 workers. Make this free call to the tax doctor now and learn how to take advantage of the new tax laws that may help you pay the IRS less. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. That's 800-985-1610.
Destination South Point. 11 great restaurants, bingo, bowling, movies, race books, sports books, spa, live entertainment, oversized rooms, and the rates unbeatable. The South Point Las Vegas. Book now. Online at southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. At the South Point Las Vegas, you're always a winner.
And this is a show called Heaven on Earth on CRN Talk Radio. And we are here with my lovely co-host, Kim Hix, Emmy Award winner, all the way from Hawaii. And we have a guest that is on the phone, and her name is Mama Muse. And she's a good friend of Kim's for probably, oh my gosh, I don't even know, probably the last 15 years. So Kim, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce Mama Muse.
Well, there's no way to introduce one of the most wonderful people in my life who has been a consciousness lighthouse. But Mama Muse, I first met at the Goddess Temple in Orange County, and with her clan of women that were supporters. Mama Muse is just a magnificent being full of incredible positivism and extreme hopefulness that is so joyful that it's absolutely contagious.
So I had heard from Jessie Silveria, a friend of all of ours, and a daughter of Mama Muse, that basically sometimes in life we split off from our maternal mothers, and that different magical beings come into our life, like surrogate family members, Kim. And Mama Muse appeared in Jessie's life to mother her, and she filled in such a beautiful place in Jessie's heart chakra because her mom was on the other side of the country. But Kim, can you kind of contextualize how we assemble our soul families to work out some of the karma we couldn't work out with our blood families?
Yeah, the whole thing about life is basically comes upon us in a couple of stages. And the first stage of life is what kind of happens to you. At least that's the way it feels. And you get the story of, well, I had a great mom, or I had a great dad, or my dad died and he's never there, or my mother was an alcoholic or something, or she was a mean mom, and God knows why. And then the rest of your life, you have the extremely wonderful opportunity to replace all the negativity with the circle of the new ohana you create, the new family you create. And that's exactly what happened in Jessie's case, although Jessie's mom has also been a wonderful person. But when you're separated, to have someone come in and fulfill that role for you is the healing aspect of your life and the extension of your life in a very, very positive way. This is a good process, and everybody should realize that that's kind of what we're all working on, is undoing the knots that tie us in confusion and seeking the clarity and vision that we can embrace in creating the new extended family.
Exactly. So those of you who haven't had, a very deep connection with your own biological mother, Mama Muse is kind of like a surrogate Gaia mama for all of us who would like to reach out and maybe do a session with her. She's full of wisdom. She's full of light. She's full of love. And, she's been on the planet long enough to understand all the twists and turns of, like, when we went through the major arcana, all those different initiation points in life. You sit with Mama Muse and she'll either tell you a story or she'll recite a poem that she wrote, or just being in her auric field of love. She just kind of embraces you and washes over you like the ocean waves caress the crystal grains of sand on the shore. So welcome to the show, Mama Muse. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much. I have to tell you, this feels like a date with destiny. It really feels like my destiny. I've been kind of in a metamorphic state, and now the chrysalis is ready to pop open, and my butterfly self is coming out. I feel this is a coming out party. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Mama Muse, can you please tell us how you became Mama Muse, and what is this gorgeous picture of you on this beautiful, it looks like a throne or a hearth from heaven, all decorated with your crown on. You're sitting on a goddess throne. Tell us about that.
Well, what happened is I was at the Goddess Temple of Orange County, and that's where all of a sudden all the religious training I had in my life came together. When I began to understand the principle of life from the matriarchy. I had always been brought up in the patriarchy. And we had a custom there where we would say vows, but kind of like a wedding vow, to a goddess that we chose with the qualities that we admired. And I couldn't decide until one day I walked past a beautiful likeness of Gaia. And I went, oh, yes, Gaia. I would love to take my vows to Gaia because she's really the mother of all goddesses. And so I could take my vows to all the goddesses by just taking them to Gaia. So that's how it began. And then we set the date, and I chose Earth Day, April 22nd, 2007. And, of course, all my friends, all my Muse daughters, everyone wanted to be part of that. And Kim Hix was one of the ones that created that. You can see it's a set design. He actually created a set, the most amazing.
This is so beautiful, Mama Muse. I'm going to have to stop you because we're getting ready to go commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Sedgy, inviting you to join me for the Tonight Show of Radio every Saturday night, 9 to 11 Pacific Standard Time on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Now in our 24th year and well over 19,000 guests, the Ron Sedgy Show live originates from our Universal Radio studios. Celebrities from TV, music, movies, literature, politics, and show business, at one time or another, they all come to the Ron Sedgy Show. So why don't you?
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Seekers of luscious and appetizing gustatorial pursuits, indulge your fancies with steaks so absolutely yum-yum. Vegetarians have forsaken kale and Pilates and never look back. Fish specialties so fresh and delicious and chosen by King Neptune himself, and relish Columbo's Italian family specialties so delectable you'll be yelling out, bravo, bravo! And let's not forget Columbo's world-famous meatballs, and you've got to try their breakfast pizza. Oh, and jazz every night. Service that's friendly, not fawning, and at a price that'll keep you coming back. That's Columbo's, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, Manja.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low
9618.
A New Alchemy. ANUALCHEMY.com. www.anewalchemy.com to find Oramus and other Siddha medicine. These substances support the unfolding of consciousness in a body when added to prayer and meditation on a daily basis. In ancient times, Cleopatra called Oramus milk. She said, "I bathe in milk to stay young." And the Jews called it manna from heaven. This substance accelerates, amplifies, enriches your prayer and meditation. It is a generic substance that is powered by love. It's compatible with any tradition, any religion. Your prayer and meditation will take you to a deeper place for your interaction with Spirit. ANewAlchemy.com. ANUALCHEMY, all one word, .com.
Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Surprise, lay rain down through me. This is a show called Heaven on Earth, and I have my gorgeous co-host, Emmy Award-winning set designer Kim Hix, all the way from Hawaii. And then we have as our guest on the show today, Mama Muse, who is a darling friend of Kim and Jesse, and now myself. And she is going to talk about how she actually got so connected to the planet and Mother Nature and Mother Earth and what her purpose is. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Mama Muse.
Because I was actually born an Earth child. The earliest days, I was a mud pie maker. I was just a little tot, and I was out playing in the mud, and I've had a connection to Earth all my life. But I didn't understand it until I started going to the Goddess Temple of Orange County, which is the sacred feminine. And there, for the first time, spirituality became a part of Earth. It was part of the Earth and nature. And it connected heaven and earth, the very thing you're talking about. And so that's when I chose Gaia, and I said my vows. And Kim, do you remember that set you created for me?
I do. We had so much fun doing that wonderful little set in the garden for you. It was an honor. Our little parade of angelic beings coming into the ceremonial circle, and you were just dressed so beautifully in that kind of robe-like, all-embracing colors of the blue, white, and green of our earth. And you sat in that throne with your magic wand, and it was a heaven on earth day right there.
It was. It was one of those moments in time. I didn't realize it at that moment. But do you remember you had made me a mirror, and then you made that set, and you talked about the phoenix, how Gaia was a phoenix rising from the ashes. Remember that?
Yes.
Well,
the mirror.
Yeah. Go ahead and say it. Tell it, because it's so beautiful.
The mirror was an honoring that turned out to be a great event in my life, because I was there to try and figure out, well, what can we do to honor Mama Muse, because we all love her dearly, to say the least. But and I kept thinking, well, what's she doing? She's showing us the way into the future here somehow, and by switching from the patriarchy to the matriarchy, we went on this great this shift of consciousness out of the state of being we were in. So the mirror carving, I started doing these mirror carvings, which I scratch away the back on the mirror, making parts of the mirror transparent and parts reflective. That means you can see through the mirror or see back behind you at the same time. And because of that magic, you can see deep into the future and into the past at the same time. So I wound up carving this, and this is where a muse is beyond my understanding and comprehension. But because Mama is a muse, I was so inspired by you that that something came through me in that carving that became a prophecy mirror and an understanding of Gaia and the rising of Gaia to gather all sentient beings and all the plants, botanicals, and animals together, and to rise in a creative, conscious collaboration in a holy green fire that would ignite the transformative consciousness of all humanity. And all this is in the mirror and in the carving, but it's all because of you in your magic muse quality. By being this gentle jewel sitting on that throne, I was like, wow, this is a more beautiful thing than I've ever seen. And because you represented Gaia in peacefulness, in grace and beauty, really, really nice. I mean, it was magical. So I'll never be able to thank you enough for being my muse.
Let's go back a little bit, okay? Because I would like the audience to kind of get to know Mama Muse and how she became Mama Muse. So let's go back to your theater history and how you were trained and what some of your life experiences.
Well, I was trained at the Pasadena Playhouse College of Theater Arts, where suddenly all my artistic, I was an artist from the time I was a child, 5 years old. I even got to go to, art schools and learn. And I actually have turned into being a multimedia and social artist now. So I learned, of course, all theater. I learned fine art. I learned photography. I was a photographer. It's beyond, during a time when women were not photographers.
Wow. And
so I just had this wide expanse of poetry, of story. I'm a storyteller from a long line of storytellers. And it all came together at the Pasadena Playhouse, where I suddenly realized this is my gift. My gift is telling my story, which is truly our story. And when we combine them, we create a new history, her story, to being our story. That's how it began.
That's so beautiful, Mama Muse. And I just want to let all the people in the audience that are listening realize that art imitates life, and life imitates art. And from 4th and 5th century Greece, theater would actually do enactments with players to help the morality of the societies evolve. And so they would put themes in that they wanted the humans to digest, assimilate, and then actualize in their own lives. So they would travel thousands of miles to go to Greece, to these big, huge amphitheaters, and they would enact these plays, and they would put costumes on and adorn their bodies with masks, and they would have, a prologue, which would go in poetry, and then an epilogue at the end that would sum up the message. So you made, a mission statement, or you said vows to Mother Gaia, so that we would know how you felt about Mother Gaia and what your purpose is on the planet in poetry. So do you have that with us to share today?
I do. I have it.
Would you?
We were to choose 3 aspects of the goddess we wanted, and I chose 3. The first one, I'll say the vows now. Beauty. Gaia, you are the creatrix of intoxicating beauty. From your smallest creation to your largest, all this beauty inspires the best in humankind. May I see all life through your eyes, because you see beauty in everything and in everyone, in all their stages of unfoldment. I pledge to protect, preserve, and celebrate all Earth's beauty forevermore. The second quality, enthusiasm. Gaia, what amazing enthusiasm you have in all your creations. Zestfully have you created such diversity and variety among millions and millions of plants, animals, and humans. Your enthusiasm is contagious, for behold, the spring lambs frolicking in the meadows, the otters splashing in the rivers and lakes, or the hummingbirds playing tag in the eucalyptus trees. We humans, too, have often been observed outrageous play while laughing ourselves silly. I promise to treasure my own enthusiasm and use it in the service to you, my beloved Gaia. Generosity is the third quality. Gaia, your generosity is one of the greater gifts to humankind. You have created so much to be grateful for. Still, you give us more. Your law of increasing returns, which says if we plant a bushel of corn, we will reap 100 or more bushels of corn. This is true for anything we sow and reap, tangible or non-tangible, each after its kind, be it thought, words, or deeds. This is such a positive quality that I pledge to use this law in every way to give back to every worthwhile project that helps our planet and all its beings. And so it is, blessed be. I, Amber A. Penrose, vow this. Gaia, Mother, my heart has great fullness to be called into your amazing love matrix. With unbounded joy, I dedicate myself to the celebration of your treasury of gifts, blessings, and bliss. In your name, I will send out invitations to all to come to your banquet of life. We shall partake of the ambrosia and nectar till our hearts, minds, bodies, and spirits are filled with the ecstasy of life and love forevermore. Blessed be.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Kim, that's so beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. I'm in a puddle. I love it. Oh, the babbling brook. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the way you brought the otters in with the nature. And tell me the three qualities again.
The first one is beauty. You just, anytime you get a chance to look at any of those nature pictures and you can see the amazing beauty of this planet. It's just breathtaking all the time. The second quality is enthusiasm. Gaia is very enthusiastic. If you ever see fields of flowers or birds or anything, the enthusiasm, you can feel it. And the third one is generosity. This planet is a very generous planet.
That's really beautiful. And enthusiasm is in theos, which is in God. So it's just so beautiful that you chose that word to be in the rapture of that creative energy and to appreciate the gratitude of the appreciation, which is like an expanded crescendo of love, giving back to the mother our appreciation, our big hug back to her and loving her. And also, too, out of this, Mama Muse, you created something which I thought was really beautiful. Tell us about the Fairy Godmother Guild.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, here's an interesting aspect of my life. I have been one of those people that has been doing fundraising practically my whole life because I believe that if I can't, don't curse the darkness, light a candle. So I've been involved in doing fundraising, and I was doing a fundraiser for Project Cuddle, which saves babies from unwanted problems. There's been a lot of tragedy around young girls who had been pregnant and didn't know it or didn't understand it. So we wanted to do a fundraiser, and they couldn't. The volunteers were so overworked that we had to form a guild, a Fairy Godmother Guild, to do the fundraiser and raise the money and give it to them. They didn't even have time to come and accept it. That's how busy they were saving these babies.
Wow.
And so we started this guild, and we became self-proclaimed Fairy Godmothers. And what we did is we went around doing random acts of kindness and senseless beauty, and we started a butterfly effect. Who knew?
That's so beautiful. And I just want to just pause for just a second. When she talks about saving the babies, basically these women throw their children in the trash, the dumpsters. And so these women that were a part of this Fairy Godmother Guild would go and take these babies out of the dumpsters, take care of them, find them homes, and nurture them. And that is like, when you first told me that, I just wanted to start crying. And I was like, wow, this is so powerful. These young women don't know. And you said there's a lot of problems around their psychology and then their depression and their postpartum. And so go ahead, talk about that a little bit.
Well, Project Cuddle has, what they do is they immediately find, they get legal advice, they get an adoptive family, and they get a counselor for the person and a doctor. So they do 4 things. And then they nurture this young person through their pregnancy or their decision on what to do. So they want to be sure that the baby gets all the health care it needs, and the mother gets the counseling And it's surprising, but about 65% of the mothers do keep their babies, but the others are given up for adoption, and they have the choice of being involved in that adoption or not being involved in that adoption. So they can be like an open adoption and they take part in the child's growing up, or they can just walk away and know that that child was given the best possible chance that they could possibly get.
Talk about the magic of a fairy godmother. I mean, that is a fairy godmother to all the children of the planet, right, Kim?
She certainly is. Oh, my goodness.
And so you also teach women how to embrace their femininity by making wands and then imbuing themselves with their own fairy godmother powers so that they can go out and do random acts of kindness. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, what we do is we teach women that they have a power. It's a gentle power, because mostly we think of power being over something instead of being your inner power. And when they make a wand, we bring all the things, the feathers and the pearls and the beads and the, whatever they could possibly want, and they create it themselves. Then we teach them that the first principle of a magic wand is you wave it. And when you wave a wand, you move energy. Hello? You're moving the energy. The second thing we teach them is that you speak words. And we say, by the power of love and the authority bestowed on me by the Fairy Godmother Guild, I hereby grant thee thy wishes good and true, as from this day forward the light of love surrounds you, and all life's greatest blessings are poured out on you and yours. And so it is as you wish. What we teach them is that wand is a talisman for the innate power, that their words are their wand and create magic and alchemy in their own lives and in the lives of others.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Mama Muse, you are a miracle.
Beautiful.
There's a link. All of you who are listening, please share the show if you like it. Send it to your friends and your family. There's a link to get a hold of Mama Muse on her Facebook page, and you can be a member of the Fairy Godmother Guild. Make your own wand and empower yourself. This is Athena StarSeed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages. I love you, Mama Muse.
Love you too.
So beautiful.
Experience the romantic getaway you deserve at Maui's premier bed and breakfast, the Plantation Inn. With plantation-style architecture and decor combined with modern amenities such as dual rain showers and whirlpool hot tubs, guests relax in a tranquil oasis in the heart of Maui's historic Lahaina town. The inn is situated conveniently less than 2 blocks from Lahaina Harbor, as well as the famous Front Street, known for its range of shops, restaurants, gallery walks, and museums. The Plantation Inn is home to Gerard's Restaurant, voted Open Table's top most romantic restaurants in North America. Chef Gerard's contemporary island French cuisine consistently earns some of the highest ratings in Hawaii. Come discover why Hawaii Magazine readers named the Plantation Inn #1 best bed and breakfast in Hawaii. Visit theplantationinn.com or call us at 667-9225.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Newsflash, the president has changed the tax laws, and now you may be able to pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, the tax doctor can help you pay the IRS as little as possible allowed by law. There are new tax laws for business owners, the self-employed, even W-2 workers. If you have a back tax problem or a few years of unfilled returns, new help to save you money is now here. Call right now to see how the new tax laws can help you. Plus, right now, we'll waive the consultation fee and give you a free tax savings report. Attention business owners, the self-employed, and W-2 workers. Make this free call to the tax doctor now and learn how to take advantage of the new tax laws that may help you pay the IRS less. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. That's 800-985-1610.
Supreme grace, lay rain down to me. Supreme grace,
Hi, welcome back. This is Athena StarSeed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth. And I have my gorgeous co-host Kim Hix all the way from Hawaii, and our guest, Mama Muse, with her fairy godmother guild. And we're wrapping up the show now, and I wanted to let everybody know I picked this card here, and this is the Empress card, which is very fitting for Mama Muse. She's a nurturer, she is a healer, she's making the wheat and the grass grow, and she's holding the hoop of infinity. Mama Muse, what is your message to the planet and her children?
My message is Gaia has called me into a service. So to find me, look for Amber, A-M-B-E-R, Penrose on Facebook, because I have now become the self-appointed, good-to-go, extreme green, global goodwill ambassador. And you can join me and learn how you can go extreme green and have your own extreme green makeover. And there, you can talk to me and chat, live and chat if you'd like to.
That's so beautiful. And Kim, what is your message to humanity as Father Sky and Father Nature?
It's to open up our hearts to the enthusiasm that nature has for us to be, and accept the Muse as the guiding mystery of our lives. And Mama Muse embodies it so much. I can't tell you from an artist's perspective what her divine inspiration has meant to me, and it will mean to everyone else.
It's so beautiful. And for me, I just want to say to have two of the most powerful, beautiful archetypes, the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, here stewarding humanity, leading them forward with what? Pageantry, play, archetypes, costumes, sets, to be the players of our own life. Like Shakespeare said, the world is a stage. And what kind of players do we want to be? We want to be players that nurture and steward this beautiful Mother Earth through her transitions, and to love her children, and her people. And if you'd like to get a hold of Mama Muse, she does do sessions so that people that are going through either crisis or breakdown, she's an incredible being, and she's great at telling stories, and her poetry will warm and cuddle your heart, so you can connect with her. And if you'd like to get a hold of Kim and I, if you would like to be on the show and tell us about your solutions for the earth and how you bring heaven to this planet through your heart chakra, please connect with us on crntalkradio.com. Anything else, Kim?
I just make sure that people understand you can get Mama Muse at Amber Penrose on Facebook, and she is so, just to be in her aura, she's the muse of one of the great muses of my life. She's a mama of our times. I got to thank you, dear, for being who you are and who you are bringing into being because of who you are. Love your fairy magic dust.
Yes. And if we'd like to connect with you, Mama Muse, where will you be seen next? Are you doing any activities in Orange County right now?
Right now, I'm in a time of coming out of my chrysalis, so it will probably be another month before I emerge completely.
But then you have a photo shoot coming up with Jessie Girl, right? Because you're going to be doing a calendar on the beauty of the divine feminine, and so we'll be able to order your calendar, which would be awesome, a nice way to support you.
Exactly. Yeah, it will be a goddess calendar, and it will be the different goddesses of the different cultures of the planet, and it'll be a moon calendar instead of a sun calendar. So it'll be quite.
Oh, beautiful!
And I'm hoping, Kim, you can do the sets for us.
Absolutely.
I'll help you.
This is beautiful. All right, well, listen, this is a fantastic show. Mama Muse, thank you so much for being here and inspiring us. I'm going to make my fairy wand, and I'm going to start granting wishes. Kim, I love you. I love you. Say hello to Pele.
Thank you, Athena. Oh, thank you guys so much.
And
all right.
So it
love
is
you.
As you wish.
As you wish. All right, may all your wishes come true. Mwah. Blessings. This is Athena StarSeed. This is a show called Heaven on Earth. And everybody here, stay tuned. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Which was most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this?